Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I go by the Blue Light Oracle, and today we'll be doing a healing reading, or something that can be healed right now. And so we'll be going through that with some cards, and we'll come up with some ideas of how to assist going through a healing period in your life right now. So we've got the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and we'll pull some cards for some piles. I feel like out there's just there's a lot of different readings specified with relationships and things like that. But I feel like sometimes people need to focus on their own personal growth, personal healing before looking for a relationship. So I come up with the idea to do a healing spread. So we'll get to that now. Okay, got our pile 1 here. 2. Sorry about the shadows, the lighting in here, even during summer, which we're coming into, is it's a bit hard to get the best lighting in this particular room that I'm streaming or recording from right now. Okay, so here's our 4 piles. I was going to do 3, but I feel like 4 need to come out. Okay, so let's turn your cards over. So pile 1, you have Trust. Really beautiful cards, these. For pile 2, we've got Going Forward. I almost wanted to start reading the cards already, but not yet. Okay, so in pile 3, you have Action. And pile 4, you have Healing Chaos. Talk about healing. Okay, so let me get some crystals or stones and I'll pair them up. Okay, so here are the crystals or the stones. This is a little stone that I collected from visiting a spiritual site in New Zealand. It's not anything particular, but it does have a lot of meaning to me. If you can kind of see it, I know this camera is not the best, but there's like little sparkles of light that come out of the darkness, which just reminded me of this particular card. But again, I will not get into the reading just yet. Pile 2, you have Peach Selenite. Pile 3, you have the Howlite, and it's a little cube. And pile 4, you have the Obsidian. It's almost a cube. It's a little corner shaved off. Okay, everyone, please take your time to meditate or go with your intuition with whatever's calling to you. Next up, I'll be doing the pile shuffle, but just take some time now to see what your intuition goes with. We've got great piles. I feel like considering we're talking about healing, they're all fantastic. Maybe there's more than one, so just pick whatever calls to you today. Hi everyone. So welcome to the shuffling stage of the reading. So I'll be shuffling. I was going to do it I planned at the beginning to do 3 cards, 3 piles, sorry, and 3 decks that I was going to use for each pile, but it changed to 4. So now I've decided that I'm going to use I've picked another deck, so I've got 4 decks, actually 5 decks, and I'm going to do 1 card for each pile. So there's no specific placement that I'm thinking of. This one wants to come out, so we're going to go here. I see this one. Okay. There's going to be 5 decks with a card each, no specific placement, just 5 cards, and we'll read it from there. So this is in regards to healing. So what message do we have for each pile? I always like recording the shuffling process. For one, it just shows that I am getting the cards during the readings themselves, during the recording. They're not pre-planned. Oh, which one's first? I believe it's this one. Let's put that there. Okay, so a healing message. What can be healed right now for pile 1? And it's just nice to get your energy while I'm doing this. Oh, I can see there's actually 2 in pile 1. See what those are when we get to the reading. Actually very warm in Brisbane today. So if there's a little bit of noise, it will be my air conditioning unit. Hopefully it's not too loud, but I really do need it right now. I'm gonna say it, I feel like pile 1 has a lot of clear messages already. I feel like they all have a message, of course, but whoever's dialed into pile 1 has a message for sure. The specific message they want to bring across. Okay, and this is like a little crystal. I feel like it'll just sum up the reading as well as provide some information. Even you could use it as a crystal to wear or think about while you're working through this healing process. Finding some space on my desk. So these are the piles now, so I will get them ready. Just like that. And I'll find a place when I start reading. But thanks for watching. Feel free to now skip to your reading that you pick. You've got pile 1 here, 2, 3, and 4. But enjoy your reading, and I hope it can shed some light onto an area of healing that you're either working on or that you want to work on. Might just shed some insight. So thank you for being here and enjoy your reading. Hi, pile number 1. So we'll get into your reading now. So you've picked trust and this little gem which I picked up in New Zealand on a spiritual journey. I was visiting, if people in New Zealand or around the world know, I visited a Kodi tree, one of the biggest trees in New Zealand, biggest native trees in New Zealand, said to be potentially between 700 and 1,200 years old. It's not Tane Mahuta, which is like the biggest or the oldest, let's say. However, it is one that's in the North Island as well, and it's known as it's called the square Kodi, and it's because the trunk of the tree is more square shaped than like a cylinder shape. So we'll just leave this here. And you have picked trust. I love this card so much. Just the moon. It's like still, calm. Alright, so we'll have a look at your cards. So I do want to start with these cards first, I believe. So you've got Ouroboreas with infinity, eternal, and past life. You've got that snake there. Always eating its own tail. Interesting, I've never seen one with the wings. Snake wings. Okay, so we have discourage, and on the light side we have nurture. All right, this pile had two cards from this deck. So we've got Ancestral Wisdom. It's very interesting. It's talking about past lives here, and now we've got Ancestral Wisdom. Do have fun. Like while you're working, you can also trust yourself, enjoy life for sure. By working this, you're actually improving your love of self and your enjoyment of life. Interesting. Okay, and we have Goddess Ganja with purification. I surrender to the river of love. Okay, and your crystal. You have Emerald, unconditional love, beauty, recovery, healing past lives. Wow, pile number one. Healing past lives specifically, coming out with the Ouroboros. Sorry about that. I think I called it something else before. I butchered the name. It happens. Okay, so pile number one, I'm seeing a clear picture here. There's obviously something to do with past lives. We've got ancestral wisdom, we've got the Ouroboros with the past life coming out, and also the emerald hinting at recovery, past life, unconditional love. I feel like I can see at the start, I can see where to start working on and also the benefits of working this purification, this goddess Ganja has got her arms up like she's feeling free, she can enjoy life, to have fun and to not be discouraged, to trust in yourself, to trust your abilities to work through this. I feel like for some people with past lives, it's not always going to be for everyone past lives. I feel like it might be a lineage, ancestral lineage. However, for some people, it'll also be past lives. So healing something from a past life or wound that you've carried over to this life. Firstly, I do want to read the trust because I feel like this has a big part of this particular reading today. So I'm going to read that to you from the book of the Sacred Destiny. This is a powerful, important card to receive. Even when things seem parched or not fruitful, a deeper energy speaks of the power of your inner knowing. Meditate. Trust those nudges from the universe. Your celestial advisors are close now. You are now open to receive some of the most important messages of your life through your intuition. Your intuition is spot on, so trust it. And even if there are some areas of your life that seem lackluster, know that other areas are being fertilized for a resplendent future. Have faith and know that have faith and know that there is a higher purpose. Already, I'm feeling like just with this particular card, that you're probably someone who does believe in past lives for sure. For some of you, definitely, because there is definitely no coincidence that we have from different decks talking about ancestral wisdom, past life, the emerald, past life, healing past lives. It's healing you now via past lives. It's healing you. It's working on healing your past lives to heal you now in the moment. For a lot, I feel like there's also a healing of connections. Your inner child, but to have fun. Your ancestors, connections within you with your higher self, with your inner child, and also nurturing. So it could be your ancestors, like family, friends, that kind of thing. Also, your children, if you do have children, your relationships. It's something deep seated. I feel like I can't go into specifics because there's a lot of information coming through. It's something you know that's very deep. It's deep seated, been there for eternity, let's say, or a very long time. If you are unsure, trust your intuition, meditate, and ask yourself, what needs healing from either my lineage or what needs healing from my past lives that I can work on today? Ask that question while in a meditative state. You don't have to meditate, just in whatever way, ask your guides if you're able to communicate with them and see what comes up, because I feel like this one is more specific on past life healing, but not anything in particular. Maybe inner child healing as well. Like with this discouraged, don't be discouraged from this. Trust. I believe my job is to bring your attention right now to this particular area of healing. Your job is to trust yourself. It's also good learning for yourself, trusting your intuition so you can get the answers of what the area you can heal right now is, and then go from there. The purification card to me feels like it needs cleansing from the, like I said, ancestral lineage, past life. I know I keep harping on about that, but it just feels like that. This may not even be something that you need to work super hard on. You need to, I feel like your job is to identify it yourself personally, because it's going to be very specific for each individual. Something quite far back, something that's occurred. If you have had past life readings and you can see the, like a theme that's gone in this life and then last life and the last life before that, and then maybe you've picked it up and you can see it in this life. Maybe you're very serious and do something very specifically in a specific way, and your job is to nurture your inner child, bring out your inner child, and just by doing that, it could break that past life kind of repeating patterns, for some of you, for sure. This is a very interesting read. I feel like I could sit with it and bring up more information, but I feel like what I need to do is just advise you of this particular healing, this particular pattern that needs to be healed. Trust is really about empowering you today to be able to figure this out, find out what the past life healing, what past life needs to be healed, or what aspect of a past life or lineage or ancestor that needs healing, and working on that in the way that works for you. I feel like once this is worked on, you will feel loved, you will feel like it's opened up your life again. You're going to feel free with this purification. It's like, I surrender to the river of love. I'm getting like a huge heart emotion. So I feel like for you, this is quite deep set or very heavy on your heart. You either know exactly what this is, what the pattern is, or you're unsure. And if you're unsure, trust yourself. So I feel like you trust yourself, you'll be able to, one, be empowered, because this is what it's about. These readings aren't about telling you what to do in your life. These readings are about empowerment. And this one is about empowering you. So you feel self-love, unconditional love for the self as well as for others. All right, pile number one, very deep reading, but that's your reading today. Good luck with this. I really hope it's shed some light on what you can heal right now. I think it's a very lovely reading as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe as well. I also do free readings on Twitch. Other than that, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Hi, pile number two. So today we've chosen the pink selenite, or peach selenite, I should say, not pink, peach. You've also picked the going forward card. I love this. When I was starting to draw the cards, I was thinking moving out of darkness into the light, or moving out of darkness and seeing a light through a journey, journeying to the light, journeying to fulfillment, to happiness. Doesn't that just sound like healing? Of course it does, right? Okay, so we'll have a look. We'll have a look at your other cards here today. So you've got tall grays, utilitarian, organized, intimidating. Already this may be moving away from or getting out of a situation where you felt stuck, like you felt trapped from like this. It doesn't mean you were an alien exactly, but like a person who had complete control. Intimidation, maybe they're not abusive in the sense of physical, but maybe emotional or control. Very interesting. Okay, we have receive. You are a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others, but now's the time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is as the natural law and order of the universe. Give to yourself as well. Give this opportunity to free yourself a chance. So you can journey to this light. Okay, so we have displeasure on one side and the light attribute is content. Okay, so we have Goddess Boan with power I fill my cup. Absolutely, it's time to start thinking of you in this aspect. If this isn't someone you're with now, it's maybe someone that's still tied into you um, from the past, like an ex or a family member that when you think of you cringe or you wince. That's how that's feeling. Give yourself, give yourself the, let yourself receive this, this power, this emotional power to fill your cup, to fill your emotion back, to fill your power back up. It doesn't have to be emotional. I'm thinking a little bit about tarot, but it can be filling up. This is what I want to say. It can be filling up your wells, your energy, your zest for life. Okay, and your last card here, you have Blue Kyanite with connecting with animals, telepathic abilities, finding your true path, finding clarity. Yes, those two last ones especially stand out to me. Finding your true path, going forward on your true path. Where do you want to be? Okay, so part number 2. But the main message I'm getting from here is dealing or remembering a difficult time, difficult person, event. It feels like a person for sure. A challenging situation where you gave, you gave, you gave, you did not receive, or if you did receive, it was hard to accept because it felt like there were conditions with that. So it kind of led some of you to believe that giving is the best way. If you receive, it's almost like a trigger. It's something could go wrong. But just like the card said with the ebb and flow of tides, giving and receiving is like a universal flow. You need to graciously receive, be happy. Just to thank you even is okay. It's not that you're ungrateful. It more feels like you're a past pattern has occurred and it's now led you to believe that you don't deserve to receive goodness in your life. This is how this is feeling. It was almost like the content is like the light side of it. You might have been displeased, but with this person or situation, for sure, displeasure being there, you could see unhappiness. You could see what was happening around you, but you felt stuck or trapped, like held against your will almost. And so now it's time to start moving into your power, moving into who you are, letting go of the past, moving out of the shadows, moving out of the fog, let's say, seeing a clear road ahead for your journey, standing in your power for sure. It just feels like even if it's not about moving from an unhappy place to a fantastic place, it's not going to happen overnight. It feels like moving into a content place where you're happy with who you are, you're balanced, you're enjoying what you're doing, you're thinking about yourself for once, will build up that power. This I fill my cup is not selfish. It's about making sure you're good so you can be better for other people as well as yourself. But still, working inwards is what will help you find your healing from the inside, is what will help you find clarity and where you want to be and finding your true path for sure in the future. Finding your content space. Content is not a bad thing. It's very calming, it's very serene. That's how it's feeling to me today. With this card here, it just feels like when you were receiving something or getting something in the past, there were always strings attached. It's showing a heart here, like a flower here blooming, which reminds me of love, but it's like with conditions. So it's like maybe you've had a past person, or this doesn't have to be romantic, it can be family, like a father figure, mother figure, some sort of parent potentially for some of you that give you something, but there was always conditions in the past, so it's kind of warped how giving and receiving has been for you moving forward in your life now, and now's the time to start healing that for sure. All right, pile number 2, very deep healing I feel in this one, but it will provide so much more opportunities for you in the future. It's going to open the pathway, it's going to clear the fog and open a true pathway for your future. We've got going forward with this path, finding your true path, finding clarity. It's a really nice reading, but I do feel for you and going through this kind of challenging situation, challenging person, whatever it was for you. You know what that is, and going through a healing of this. It's calling to you now. Your guides are saying it's ready. If you're ready, they're ready to help you with this. So this is lovely. But thank you for being here. Pile number 2. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, or subscribe as well. I will be doing more readings like this in the future. Sometimes some fun ones will pop in, which won't have any serious, but sometimes, while we're doing these kind of healings, we also need to take some time for ourselves and just enjoy the little things in life as well. But hopefully you can get into your power with this, fill your cup. Remember, focus inwards. It's okay for things to be about you sometimes. Pile number 2. But thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Hi, pile number 3. So today you have picked the Howlite. And the action card. Straight away, this felt like something, if this is healing for sure, but something from the past, something stormy, it's like has finished and now it's coming into calm waters, but it still feels like there's some darkness that's attached to this particular healing process or to this particular situation. All right, but we'll see what the cards say. So your first card is Alchemy, the Philosopher's Stone. You've got Infinity, Destiny, and Magic. It's like something you've seen or witnessed. Something you've seen and witnessed maybe in the past. Infinity just maybe past lives or inner child even. Something that's been in the lineage for a long time that you see like a family. You've seen it in your grandparents, you've seen it in your parents. Something that's happened that you're not too sure about. Okay, so we have the board, and on the light side we have excited. You have the clarity, Goddess Sulis, with I am a visionary. Goddess Sulis is very interesting. She wears her scars with pride. You can see, sorry about the camera, but if you can see very closely, there are scars on her, but she wears them with pride. She wears them as like a reminder for herself. So maybe there are some scars, like even if they aren't physical, they can be emotional scars of what you've seen in the past, some sort of event that's occurred. Okay. Giving you some help, I feel like, with how to work through this particular healing process. We've got ground yourself. I'm going to read this. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Now is the time to become centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. Coming right next to bored, this is talking about impatience, unfocused, distracted, all these kind of feelings. Like ground yourself so you can gain clarity for sure. Okay, and we have clear quartz. Clear quartz, just straight away, clear quartz is a stone that usually you can use for almost anything. I mean, any stone is, but a lot of stones have, or gems or crystals, whatever you want to say, have a kind of meaning behind them or certain things that they work best with. But clear quartz generally you can be used for anything. It feels like it's the crystal that has no restrictions. But the particular words on this are psychic abilities, enhanced intuition, mental clarity, magnified energy. Okay, so I feel like with this pile number 3, is that the goal is to get clarity. So the healing is that you are stuck or you are just waiting for something to happen in your life. You're waiting for signs or you're waiting for maybe someone else to make the first move. This is like this is a message to you to say you can make the first move. You can, if you are feeling clouded or unsure of what to do, where to go, what you want to do in life, the first step is to ground yourself so that you can. It doesn't mean you clear the mind exactly, but I don't think it's always an idea of clearing the mind so it's empty. It's more of sitting with your thoughts and going through them. What can you affect? What can't you impact? So the weather, you can't impact that, right? So that can move to the side. Why worry about the weather? What can you do? Okay, so you're dealing with a challenging person. You can have some influence, but if they're doing something that change, you can't change that. So move that to the side and then bring in something else like something else comes into mind. It's like I want to eat healthier or something like that. You can change that. That's your choice of what you do. These are just examples, but that's how I would go about grounding, sorting through your thoughts, what you can and can't change. What do you want to do right now? Gain some clarity. So I feel like with this bored energy, it's like, where's your zest for life? The healing feels like more in your mind. Like we've got mental clarity, magnified energy. Where's the energy? Where's the energy so you can take action? What do you want to do? We have infinity, destiny, and magic with the alchemy, the philosopher's stone. I'm going to read a little bit about this particular card. So the keywords on this card are the transcendental, time, space, infinity, shifting perceptions, new beginnings. Definitely new beginnings is coming out with this one. Change. Look, if you're unhappy or tired or just not enjoying what you're doing, think about what you really want to do. I do feel like something, if there's something that you've seen in the past as well from your own family where they going through these kind of similar situations where they're just bored and they've just gone with the flow. Now it's time to maybe break that. I feel like if you were called to pile number two as well, maybe have a look at that. Maybe there's something there for some of you, but only if you're called to it. And then we have magic, ascended consciousness, cooking, chemistry, transformation, transmutation, metamorphosis. It's like a change, like growing. Okay, and also pile number three, I'm going to read a little bit of the action card. I feel like maybe for some of you, this isn't a huge healing exactly what people would assume is healing, like, past lives or going back to a childhood memory that you want to heal or a difficult relationship or something. It could be either of those, any of those, but I feel like this is getting clarity on where you want to go in life. Healing is more of like gaining clarity with this particular pile. So we have a shift is coming. The time is now. Cease speaking about change. Don't hesitate, face your fear, do it anyway. When big change is on the horizon, it's time to take action. Of course, there are times to deliberate and carefully consider your next step, but not now. Now is the time to take immediate action. Look forward with a calm, steely gaze, and then forge ahead with clarity, determination, power, and grace. Quicken your spirit by making decisions now, even if you're not 100% certain of your decisions. Right now, it's better to make any choice than none at all. Yeah, this is a huge call to action. It's like, it's not time to heal exactly. Sorry about the shadow. It's not time to heal right now, or it's time to make an action. The action will be healing for you. That's how it feels. You can, for some of you, for sure. Take it as it resonates, because for some of you, it is time to ground, get your mental clarity, and then forge forward. Some of you, it's time to just forge forward, make a decision, make a choice. What do you want to do? What is calling you? Are you happy with what you see? Are you happy with what you see in your situation? Follow your heart's calling is really what I want to say. It's all about gaining clarity. We've got mental clarity. We've got grounding, talking about getting yourself out of being unfocused. We've got Goddess Sulis with clarity. I am a visionary. You have a plan. You have something you want to do. If you're bored, that's your choice. That's a choice. This move or this action will provide so much excitement and magic, let's say, a lot of energy to finally do what your heart is calling you. But now's the time to start something. Maybe it's not going to be the exact thing you want to do in your life, but if you start doing something, it's going to mean, yes, this is a good path, or no, this is not what I want to do, but you've done something. You're not at the stage of waiting for the best possible thing to start. It's like you get some learning and then you get more knowledge on what you want to do in the future, your destiny, let's say. All right, pile number three, that is your reading. I feel like a lot of this is about gaining clarity, taking action, start doing something. Your healing is by movement. It's like the Chariot card, it feels to me. It's like healing with movement, healing with action, moving forward, moving out. If you have any questions, though, feel free to pop them into the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. I also stream on Twitch, so have a look at that in the description. But otherwise, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Hi, pile number 4. All right, so you have chosen the obsidian, the little cube, obsidian, almost cube. All right, and you've also picked Healing Chaos. This is interesting. It feels like it's either a chaotic situation that you're in or going through, or it's a chaotic situation that's been and gone. Like sometimes you know what some people are like. They're like whirlwinds. They come into our life and leave a mess behind and they're gone. And now you're left cleaning it up. Also, like with all the butterflies, it's like a transformation almost as well. It's like a silver lining in the chaos. But we've got Healing Chaos. Interesting card because we're talking about this whole read was about healing, and we got Healing Chaos, so very interesting. Obsidian's always about protection, but also about removing negative energy. Okay, we'll have a look at your cards as well. So, you have Alpha Centaurians, Foresight, Plannings, and Strategy. This is very interesting with the strategy just popping up. Some of you will be dealing with, I feel like it's a situation or people that you can't, just hide away from or move out of in your life because it's like family or something like that. Just a whirlwind of people, and we've got the strategy card and planning. How are you going to deal with this kind of wild energy? Okay, so we've got on the light side we have understanding, and the shadow attribute we have mistake. Very interesting. Okay, and we have the goddess Anuket, sorry, with detachment. I choose me. Yes, 100%. Some of you don't have to deal with this person as well. I feel like for some, it's like a few things. Understanding this person, this situation as best you can and focusing on yourself, understanding this event that's coming up, planning for it so that you can not make any mistakes and then be in the best position for when it comes through or what's happening. If it's happened afterwards, it's like planning to ensure that this doesn't happen again, but get some learning, get some understanding of why this happened, why the situation was so chaotic, and healing in that kind of sense. Okay, and we have embraced the moment. I'm going to read this one. Embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively and repel those negative thoughts. Try not to judge yourself or others. Yeah, try not to judge this situation, these people, whoever they may be. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy. Embrace this moment. I love that. Alright, and your last card here. Okay, so this is a crystal deck, however, it has the 4 elements as well. So we have water, literally with healing, emotional, intuition, psychic powers, and healing. Interesting that there's a lot of water with this as well. We have the Alpha Centaurians. He's just like sitting there. I'm having a look. Sitting there playing, looks like chess or something, some sort of, let's say, futuristic game. But look at all the fish around him. He's just relaxing in the water. The goddess Anuket is just relaxing, sit back, water, healing, but also just like, waves, just like bobbing up and down in the water. I feel like for some of you, this is a calling to look after yourself. If this is an event that's just happened recently or is happening right now, it's like, look, detach yourself as much as you can from the chaotic nature of it. Gain some insight of how you're dealing with it. But I'm also just saying, look, look at all what's happening around. It's like all the stuff is happening around this person. It's just focusing on this. It's not really detaching in a way that's ignoring it. It's like I can't control this. This feels like it's about control. I can't control this energy that's coming through. It's like almost this mistake. Like if I get too involved in it, this drama, whatever this is, I could get caught up in it and it would be a mistake. Relax, take some time for yourself. Okay, and I want to read Healing Chaos for you as well, pile number 4. So when you receive this card, it acknowledges potential chaos or the need of chaos as an activator for profound healing. If your life seems chaotic, know that you have an underlying energy of healing. You are being healed on all levels. You are a healer. Alternatively, if your life is calm to the point of being stagnant, this card suggests it might be a time to create a bit of chaos in your life. It will activate healing. Do the unexpected. Mix life up a bit. So for some of you, I feel like it's learning within the chaos, learning within this. There's embrace this. Maybe your life is a bit too chill, you're too relaxed for some of you. There is learning and there is healing in some of the chaos because sometimes chaos can bring people together or people that aren't usually in contact back together. Say like if you're separate from people or your friends or you've isolated yourself in some way, this is healing. There's just so much healing, and then there's so much like relaxing in your read, understanding each other. It might give you some insight when there is drama and chaos. You don't have to get involved exactly, or maybe you are involved in that. So it's taking a step back and having a view of this, like embrace this moment. It's like take as much learning from the situation as you can. You can't make it's almost like you can't make a mistake in this. It's all learning. It's all giving you a point of view from the other person, the other people in your life. It might be emotional for sure, but the detachment is like not exactly detaching yourself fully. It's just understanding, choosing to obviously look after yourself 100% in this, but there is some learning here and some healing in this. Sometimes big events like maybe this isn't the best example, but like a funeral will always bring people together that haven't seen each other for a long time. And it might bring up some old emotions, some raw emotions, and maybe that's something similar to that you're going through or is coming up for you. That kind of chaos is actually healing because you're getting involved with those people again that you kind of haven't had contact with a lot, and now it's forcing that those conversations, those difficulties. It's bringing also understanding of who you are now with who they are now, because people change over a lifetime, over years, sometimes weeks, sometimes months, sometimes it's been 10, 15 years. I will also read a little bit about the keywords with the Alpha Centaurians. So we have strategy, negotiations, speculation, tactic, foresight, hindsight, direct, focus, time management, schedule, planning, and designing. What really stuck out for me is foresight. You know sometimes how these people are going to be or the situation will be, so you have an idea of what's happened in the past, what hasn't. Think about what hasn't worked. Try to look at it. This is easier. I know this is easier said than done, powerful, but look at it from their point of view. Look at it from even your point of view as well. Think about how that makes you feel, and then look at it from all perspectives of how you can do it. Embrace the moment just feels like it's learning. It's okay. Life can have difficult things coming through, difficult times. It will always have difficult times, but what learning can I get from this? How can this actually help me learn better so I can heal with that chaos? That's how it's feeling. And at the end of this, I do want to say that overall, choose yourself. Ensure that you're looking after yourself. You're putting yourself in the best position to deal with this energy that's coming through, whatever that may be, in whatever form, whoever that form or whatever that event is coming through for you. So that was your reading pile number 4. Thank you for being here. Feel free to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you enjoy the content. I also do stream on Twitch, so come along there if you want a free reading. But otherwise, plan as much as you can for this event. Embrace what's happening and work through this. It looks like it's going to be healing with a lot of movement, a lot of action, a lot of potentially people, events that's going to happen. Something's going to happen where it's an opportunity to heal. It might feel chaotic, but it's time to embrace that kind of chaos. For some of you, it's also bringing in some more chaos into your life so that at least you're not stagnant. But that was your reading today. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Take care.